if you've been following the menswear scene, you've definitely seen dudes rocking these. They are the Biarritz by Jacques Solivier, and they look really chic, and I'm sure they're also well made, but I don't think I'm ready to drop 240 bucks on sandals. Luckily, I was in Bangkok a few months back and happened to chance upon this brand offering their take on the Biarritz for about half the price. The brand is Julietta, and long story short, I reached out to them and they agreed to give me these sandals to review. Now, if you've never heard of Julietta, that's because they are a very young brand. They were only founded in 2019, they are based in Bangkok, and their shoes are made in Bangkok. Their lineup mostly consists of Blake Stage loafers as well as a handful of other styles, although they don't really mention the type of construction on their website. Okay, enough about the brand, let's talk about the sandals. So these are the Fonte Suede sandals in the sand beige colorway. They also come in dark brown and tan, and I guess what makes them unique is how the suede uppers wrap around the foot. The suede on this is a cowhide suede sourced from Thailand and China. It's got a good thickness to it, has a short nap, and no loose fibers. I've been wearing this every other day for the past month, and it feels comfortable on the skin, doesn't shave on anything, so all's good in my book. The Fonte features a stitched down construction, meaning the uppers are flat out and stitched onto the footbed, kinda like what you see on chukka boots. The thread is also wax, which adds to its strength, especially in areas that are more prone to separation, as well as providing an element of water resistance. Not that it matters since, it's a sandal. Now the stitched down seam has 4 stitches per inch. Compared to the Biarritz, at least from the images, this does seem to be a tiny bit lower. Another difference is that the Biarritz upper is made from one piece and hence has a cleaner look. The respective panel on the Fonte is also made from one piece but has an extra panel on the heel with a thin padding underneath. It's soft and flexible, easy to slip on and off them, but still remains secure against my heel when I'm walking around. Next, the suede footbed feels really nice. No problem keeping my feet dry even in humid weather, and they haven't developed any unpleasant smells so far despite sweating on them all this while, so hopefully it stays that way. The foam underneath is nice and cushiony, and one layer below it is the midsole. Julietta says it's a full grain cowhide leather, and based on what little surface area I'm feeling, I suspect it's a veg tan, which if true, is nice to see at this price point. And finally, the rubber sole. It's got decent traction, actually maybe even more so than a day-night sole, assuming my feet aren't playing any tricks on me. It's great for everyday city walks and things of that nature, and the sole is pretty much the perfect height. It's thin enough that it looks classy, yet tall enough such that loose rocks and dirt don't end up inside. And if it matters to you, this being a stitched-down construction, as long as everything above the midsole is intact, the sandal is easily resolable, so I'll probably swap mine with a commando sole when it's time. According to Julietta's size guide, I'm a UK 7, which is my usual dress shoe size, so that's what I went for, and they fit well. It's not as comfortable as my white barefoot sandals that I made for myself, but I'd say it's still much more comfortable than any loafers I've ever worn because of how flexible the uppers are. In terms of style, the Fonte definitely leans rakish. I'd wear this with everything from casual tailoring to t-shirt and shorts and everything in between. In fact, if you are in Singapore, I think this might be the perfect do-everything sandals. Like, you can probably even wear this in a casual office and nobody would bat an eye. Only thing is, I haven't been out long enough in the sun to know what the tan on my feet will look like, so I just hope it won't look too weird. So these go for about 120 USD before shipping, and for the price, they are obviously not artisanal shoemaking, nor are you getting the Jacques Solivier branding, but what you are getting is an almost carbon copy of the Biarritz for nearly half the price. Now that's not to say you're getting half the quality. If anything, I don't think there's anything to even nitpick about even if I wanted to. Really, they're just a simply made yet deceptively well-designed sandal. They go with pretty much every casual item in my wardrobe, and I wouldn't be surprised if this style of sandals eventually becomes more popular beyond menswear circles. So definitely check the Fonte out. I'll leave a link in the description. Until next time, stay subtle.